now time for our featured performance. I've known Jude since you were the age of 15 or so, coming to Cafe Zippy's and Everett Poetry Night, and it has been cool to see your growth as a poet. And you've lived quite the life in these handful of years, and it all has become words on your page. While Jude is performing, I will go around with the begging giving. All monies will go to Jude. Please welcome Jude. Okay.
What's up?
Hey.
Hey. Some old shit, some new shit.
Old shit, new shit.
I also don't have any poetry to sell you, but I do have prints of my paintings if you like other cool stuff that I've made, starting very, very cheap at $5. So this is some old shit. Old shit.
Old shit.
Oh, yeah, come on, Jesus Christ.
Woohoo!
Old shit. Old shit. With a pen instead of teeth, Borzoi and Rottweiler kill and eat the wolf outside of us. And with what will you kill yourself? After a while, I know it just happens without even hunting for it. Every light from a microwave is warm and inviting. It cuts your face in half. One side smooth and unburdened, the other harshed with years of radiation. You think you would be more comfortable with a gas oven. But in my home, the coils grow red hot, leave little rings on the skin as promised. Conceived in the kitchen with the oven door cracked, I was bred to be indebted to everything around me. Struggling for oxygen, I am what I am, but I see the better half of you as 100 pounds of Rottweiler. That has moved me. I didn't like the dogs until I met you. The other half is all eagle and whatever else was crushed from the truck tire. You had autonomy then, to call me when you discovered you had one less limb and be generous with your disfluent events. I'd move in on your stutter. My evil uncertainty smothered by your slowness, by your grief. Without you, my poems are crossbred, left to mutate till not a word is palatable or useful. I hunger for it to be made easy to me, 'cause I've never made a shelter out of sticks, only your voice pulled over me, your socks pulled off and filled with river rocks. You gleaned how I'd like to make a snuff film with the men who hurt me. Didn't arbitrate my misery then, the stink of your honest, loving neck like a puppy's. So just tell me, I cannot listen to the killing of keyboard, cease the typing of all your words, take my fierce momentum and say them. This is new shit.
New shit.
New shit. I am the reason the willow tree left you. You were fooling around with the thinnest, palest boy who used the worm's restroom and ate our mother's granola bars. I followed him to every class and scratched his forgotten name black on every ticket. And because his voice was shaking always, I stood at the podium and warned them all. Being bisexual, victims came in every color. It's been 10 years and you still wear the khaki pants but ditch the red pickup. To drive the car of the boy with the thick thighs I touched who drove me beige late at night to jump the commuters in Edmonds. Who brought ice cream and CDs on dark days and I couldn't claim him evil yet though I knew of his backwards molestations. Birds of a knife, of a gun, sneaking to the shawarma, being gentlemanly and gently Italian, singing of love in my kitchen, making focaccia. Drunk at the Christmas table, we had so many friends. Serial rapist, picking all the color from the Lucky Charms. Greedy and willful, even in childhood, I chased you, and you learned how to palm the forehead, and I learned to forget the games we played. Hometown cryptid, I am so sorry for me and the fetishes I must have given you. I want to wait under your car and slice for your ankles. I want you gagged in the bottom of the bog, castrated of the weapons you wear. I want you weeping, begging for my forgiveness on our lunch break. I want you boneless and soft, and the only rigidity you'll have left will be uncoordinated in your fingernails and toes. I think you would want to not fight back, but you were a runner, if not pushing at oars and swiftly covering my knowledge with the heart of Ditzy. All fathers will be impressed by you. All women in books will beg for you. All the cruelty will be well earned and will kill you itself. And I will return to the last place I saw you, covered in soda at the gas station, clutching your journal to read for it, cadavered at the mouth of the trail, and slipping the revenge from my hands and pocketing all of the hate I had left. Why do I wait for the water snake to rear her ugly head? My skinny fears swim quickly towards me and never retreat. She's protecting her young, so I am not bitter. Like the black mouse cat is thrown to the side of the road in her totality. It is fall by the river, so it takes 3 weeks and the first sunny day for her yellow eyes to bulge and leak from her head. I didn't hide the crawdad or the sand in your shoes. The evil I lived with fought for my strangeness in the locker room, gave me codeine in the snow when I was so dispersed from leaving you, heavy from the questions I asked. This was 3 Halloweens ago to grieve me, where in February the baby-toothed shark destroyed my roses and his heart reeked of fresh-cut fries, and my father is smoking his cigarette in the outfield, just watching everything. The people there are impressed by the suede jacket I am insecure of. The lights scatter away from us again, a whisper of green on the horizon. But we didn't dare drive further north with my body loose in the back seat. You wondered out loud if I might have something better to do tomorrow. I tell you, thinking then that it is true, I do. Woo! I love you, therefore I want me to be happy. The smoky quartz you didn't know, how I pushed back onto your ring finger after I painted your nails and rubbed the lotion into your knuckles. I unfurled your layers, but you went home when it was still sunny, so for 2 years I searched metaphysical shops for a man named Peter, because he moved a pen like you, breathed like you, brushed his chin against my neck and turned with big shy pupils and ran to the ocean to show me how waves crash, to reassure me it meant nothing, that every pull was punctuated with a returning, with a smoothing of shelter. When I was landlocked for the first time since infancy, I found your television under a lily pad. I found myself at the bottom of the lake looking up, in the bed of a pickup driven by journalists. Oh, fuck, this poem it got deleted. Julie, it got deleted. No, I haven't. I have it somewhere else. I was just like, wait, that's not how that's supposed to go. Okay, well, 1 second. Okay, no, I have it somewhere.
So, Julie, you set the tone for deleted poems today.
Yeah, no, this is crazy. I swore I was gonna do that. Okay. To show me how waves crash, to reassure me it meant nothing, that every pull was punctuated with a returning, with a smoothing of shelter. When I was landlocked for the first time since infancy, I found your television under a lily pad. I found myself at the bottom of the lake looking up, in the bed of a pickup driven by journalists, in the driver's seat of a 2002 yellow Beetle that was birthed when I was in the NICU, running the hours to Bemidji by, topless and withering, weighed down by the heavy boots wet with the river polluted by the French fry factory. When I finally came home to you, drunk on lavender sours, we stacked our sadness between the boxes because I had failed once again to not look for love in the gift of another. I traded my lucid dream tea for your turquoise. I touched your soft otter's pelt and asked for you back. You were afraid to shake. It might reveal you a reptile, a box turtle turned inwards again, and my body one you could not fit inside anymore. So you washed her moss agate in solid gold, and familiarized a tiny circumference with the shape of your mouth. Finally, I am convinced you belong to another. Quinacridone fuchsia. It's my favorite color, but your quality surpasses your charm. I hope I die before I watch the great apes go extinct because I saw us in the mirror, two bonobos settling who gets the last bite of honeysuckle devotion, where yesterday I was a burning hot chimpanzee, prowling with my first human baby, sick on dominance. Maybe it was me, leaking the sweet sour scent of schizophrenia, clenching at my teeth, bearing down on my work through the fever, skinning the raccoon, sabotaging the back of your parents' gray pickup with Alzarian crimson, fiending for my own extinction, dipping my quill in the ooze off the tailgate, painting a bouquet of sunset zinnias on the car paint, with petals that spelled out, I mourn your absence, that I prefer you, unsmiling on my red carpet, tomorrow with your face buried in the wool of me, stained with the heat of my heart, forgetting now 5 mistakes I should still make, monthly dancing through 5 rings of fire for 5 days straight. You take it all on the chin and you wear it red. How long am I supposed to do this for?
You have like another 20 minutes.
What the?
So.
Really?
It's a 30-minute set.
I feel like it's been like 3 or 4 hours that I've been up here.
Okay. Well, we can go on your time frame. If you just want to go a little bit longer, you just like want to cocoon, that's fine.
Yeah, we're chilling. We're having a good time. This is a love poem to my best friend. I chose the correct thesaurus, always with the right words to say. I know because I kept you in my South City pipe dream, honey lemon cake, I fall asleep in clean sheets. The time I spend with you is proportional to the time life feels plentiful, like I've finally been appointed by my God for a purpose that is fulfilling, and that is being loved by you. I would never leave you. I take space walking backwards, looking at the sunset, never turning around to the sound of sirens. Your essence cradles me like the lighting aisle at Lowe's in a city far from you. It is both nostalgic and abundant with possibilities. I shun sleep so I can spend more minutes writing a poem in text about how much I love you. You are the writer in my head that whispers little words out my mouth that are the reassurance that this is the correct life to live. And it is the correct life, because you are apart from me as much as you are a part of me, which is totally. You want marriage. I tell you, all my fingers want is sweeter breeding. We are an airbrushed, kind of rushed mutual investment in clown makeup. To say that makes your dignified bubble pop. The water laughs at your ankles, kissing with fizz and foam. Oh my God, Mike. Your teeth chatter past lips with hard metal edges. You can't mine for things of value without getting a little dirty, so you punish another clam, exercising total resistance to your sore thumbs and the knife you hold to her lips. Desire has conjured a desperation within you where you should have been humbled, equal to the mollusks and crustaceans you crushed between the rocks. You write me a love letter of squared away misery set in silver. You wanted a pearl from a river, to gift a precious stone, just one more selfish Monday. But a vast ocean can only give you the means to extinguish the violent fire within yourself, not the will. Yeah, bitch! Dude, Mike, you missed all the good shit.
Sorry.
It's okay, I'll do them again. No, no. Unless you want.
Yeah. That get you to the half-hour release.
Yeah, I would. I'm just gonna start from the top again, just because Mike's here. Okay, this one's not that good, but it is new shit. New shit. Thank you. I am walking for warmth on official city business. I have a universal key that opens skeleton gates to unforeseen burning houses, and I am so tender-hearted when the outlet sparks and burn, I reach for her to comfort me. I see how he lost his love, the birthday sucker stumbling over dreams, giving ugly names to pretty faces, and constellations to ugly souls, and consolation love to my handsome body. I don't believe any of this will bring us closer together. My glowing blue Jesus followed me into sleep and guided my hand to drop the paint stick, to write in pencil, there are things under the crust that will crush you. He will be recycling the things you thought were made for you, and the infrastructure will crumble today, and every man who just wants to be near his not wife and son will remind you, yes, there are lives in our hands, but nothing will cure you of the absence from the hearts at home. And every brother who does not love his not wife and that birth his most beautiful son will remind him that all she wants is what she gives. All she gives is all she has. All she takes is small, round, and buttered, and he swears he would be happy to push her down into the toaster, slathered in sunscreen and smelling of Cody Wild musk. But in February, he will be so scared. He believes birds are using jet engines like mailboxes, and my mother is using her blood for battle. But he will take her. He will take her for all she is to somewhere warm and blue. And in his death, cigarettes say, I think after 22 years, my son has finally taught me to fly. Damn, Mike, I was like thinking like, man, I should really reserve my good shit for Mike, but I just thought I'd be done by the time you got here.
It's all good. All of it.
I didn't really prepare. Okay. This is a direct quote that somebody said to me because I had a hickey. Sweet hickey, you been playing football? Nah, that's my brother's game. I've just been smoking 3/4 to death. Did you know everybody comes with an ashtray? Yours is a tooth dark in the core and ready to split. Mine are two soft, plump brown nipples that suggest a whisper of one half of one half of one half from every grandparent here to the graveyard, who caught the pink salmon, sat in a small room eating earrings I never saw nor wore. You are two mistakes stepping over themselves. So every inch we take crawls closer to an oblivion and tomorrow where half my blood half a year from now is septic, and my heart sputters a lowly growl, singing a song of a future where we never got clean in any meaningful way, and the tallow sticks under my fingernails. And he holds a knife telling me I must be careful, but his pressure is beyond the pleasure and rips a hole in my hide. Another brown bear overdosing on fentanyl. Another failed attempt at preservation, at reverence, and I mourn you as quickly as I came, whirring loudly as my first MRI on the first Friday the 13th that told me nothing except 1 year sober means just as much as a child I never had because my body tore him to shreds, and no one was reincarnated into the pink and brown sludge that became him. We will be thankful. There are no tomorrows where he falls asleep alone or is disappointed by a love that was never sure if we were worth the sacrifice. This is a short one. It was just put in a zine. I don't even know what the zine is, but it was put in a zine recently. Raccoon, here's what we don't want to lose. The ability to picture each other's faces, to dance our bodies clean through the wood chips, disturbing the camellias, homing ourselves to the laser beam forest of the moments we may have forgotten. Left them all again, underappreciated that we are in it for life, that there is at least 15 of us, maybe 500 more, but they are still sleeping through the early evenings. I was waiting for you to get thirsty, to shake the magic 8-ball and show me the answer in your mouth. All I know of you is amateur cobbler, letting the screws dig into your toes. Armchair wizard, wearing the tail of such an opportunistic omnivore, but I'm sure the taxidermy feels quite free attached to your hip. You ever write too many poems?
No.
Oh. I revealed myself then, houndstooth trench held open to the small regrets of loving a kitten, black, invisible, defenseless. What would she call me? Not mother. No responsibility could keep me from the singing truck, routinely reaching crescendos of cartwheels and always icing my heart and wrist with a popsicle shaped like a bumbling Nickelodeon sponge. Black tears falling down bubblegum eyes crumbling backwards. Shoeless, I orbit the ice cream van, leaving what is not my baby in the bathtub, pissing up the shower curtain, drowned in his neglect, not my love in a shoebox in the backyard in August. Not the nostalgia of addiction, getting our dogs high on whatever we're smoking. They're staring at the wall, counting the shadows, trying to deduce if it's something sinister or if it's just me blocking light again. But I can tell these are cattle dogs, successful in their wide-eyed work to corral the ghosts that follow me. I don't know. What should I read? Mike?
How many did you read before that?
I don't know. When did you get here? Oh, when did you get here?
Reading 3 poems in. What were they? You want to read them again, or is that?
New shit? Can I read them again for Mike?
Sure thing.
It's new shit.
Everyone.
I'll read at least a good one. Because I think you might have heard the other ones. Okay. It's here? Okay. Michael. Jonathan? No. Yeah, Michael Jonathan Simmons was late. But I forgive you. I am the reason the willow tree left you. You were fooling around with the thinnest, palest boy who used the worm's restroom and ate our mother's granola bars. I followed him to every class and scratched his forgotten name black on every ticket. And because his voice was shaking, I stood at the podium and warned them all. Being bisexual, victims came in every color. It's been 10 years and you still wear the khaki pants but ditch the red pickup to drive the car of the boy with the thick thighs I touched, who drove me beige late at night to jump the commuters in Edmonds, who brought ice cream and CDs on dark days, and I couldn't claim him evil yet, though I knew of his backwards molestations. Birds of a knife, of a gun, sneaking to the shawarma, being gentlemanly and gently Italian, singing of love in my kitchen and making focaccia, drunk at the Christmas table. We had so many friends. Serial rapist, picking all the color from the Lucky Charms. Greedy and willful, even in childhood I chased you, and you learned how to palm a forehead, and I learned to forget the games we played. Hometown cryptid, I am so sorry for me and the fetishes I must have given you. I want to wait under your car and slice for your ankles. I want you gagged in the bottom of the bog, castrated of the weapons you wear. I want you weeping, begging for my forgiveness on our lunch break. I want you boneless and soft, and the only rigidity you'll have left will be uncoordinated in your fingernails and toes. I think you would want to not fight back, but you were a runner, if not pushing at oars and swiftly covering my knowledge with a heart of ditzy. All the fathers will be impressed by you. All the women in books will beg for you. All the cruelty will be well earned and will kill you itself, and I will return to the last place I saw you, covered in soda at the gas station, clutching your journal to read for it, cadavered at the mouth of the trail, and slipping the revenge from my hands, and pocketing all of the hate I had left. Okay, how much time do I have now?
You now have, looks like 7 minutes.
Perfect. Poem that I will read for you guys.
The one with the train tunnel.
You want the train one? Let's see if I can find it.
Read your least favorite poem.
My least favorite poem?
Yeah,
Ugh.
exactly.
What the hell? I could read my least favorite poem. Wait, no, that's not it. Okay, well this isn't either of the poems that you guys asked for, but I'm gonna read it because it's here. This year, I've mastered the art of never cooking the same thing twice. I will be on my knees drinking soup broth right from my hands, hoping that this time it would have some efficacy at healing me. The beef is tender. My dog sacrifices her sanity to throw herself against my door, begging for my affection another year. I could have moved with you to assume me had I not sacrificed your birthday to tequila. I could have had your baby, watched you write calligraphy. I'd be frying fava beans with the little beast best of me strapped to my chest. I almost made it to Tbilisi, but the war ended for me as quickly as it started, all hypothetically. How little appetite for battle I have with you in surgery as the bombs are going off. I'm trying to find Duane's poem. Duane's poem. Well, I can't find it, so I'm going to read another one. It's not gluttony if our hands are dirty. Einstein of the backwoods real estate, you collect dried seahorses and carvings of owls now. Black, blue, and red mold does not deter a swarm of tiny spiders with no names from creating a community within your home. I pathologize your clogged drain ecosystem. Stand around with this familiar assembly of crude Renaissance men. We used to eat off paper plates where the streetlights flicker, but I've learned to alienate my white trash roots. The past whispers, allow the present to be tidy even if it is pretentious. Willfully forget a past generation of hedonists that devoured sawed-off chunks of a deer roasted whole. No utensils but their buck knives and fingers. How else to know the color of the meat besides to cut it open? Uncle Larry, who died in diapers, was there, also ate with unwashed hands and rubbed the grease onto his forearms, shared joint after joint after joint, helped raise a bundle of boys who tolerate life but appreciate the warmth. Now you alone live to wake early in the morning to split the wood. You like it?
I love that, thank you.
I love you, because that's my least favorite part of it. Damn, Duane, I can't find your poem.
I have it.
You have it in your heart. I read it for you every time. Okay, I'm gonna end with these two poems that go together. This guy sent me, the first poem is this man on Tinder sent me this message that was like so poetic and vulnerable. And so I took what he wrote, made it a poem, and then I wrote him a poem back, and I'll read that next. Never responded. So, just goes to show. So this is what he said. Kind of. For some reason, I imagined I'd try and get better since I moved here. I must have thought that I'd be stable or something when I swiped right, and I see clearly that is not the case. Nor will it be. I don't know if it matters to you to know I was and am interested in an alternate universe where I can even handle trying to chat. But I am also interested in space travel and spelunking. But I don't think either of those are happening. There is no reason for me to think I'll manage this, but maybe these red flags would make a nice cape, and maybe you'd think so too. People in the band Butthole Surfers tell me, you never know just how you look through other people's eyes. I am severely broken. I like driving around and listening to music while smoking cigarettes. I also like seeing fog. I like setting suns. I like watching TV on a couch. I like laying around in bed for hours and hours. I don't really know what to do with others when I'm not messed up in the head. I remember it being nice to walk around observing and commentating, hanging out in public spaces to judge mankind, visiting cemeteries and museums and historic sites to muse and ponder on the past and present, and guess at the futures that lie ahead. Okay, this is what I sent that he left me on red for. The only thing of you that isn't soft is how you treat yourself. You are exactly who you think you are and still should be loved. The flowers are blooming in Antarctica. I oscillate between desire for the imaginary and memory, but they are the same. My mind wants to try on a quaint dwelling in your essence, with a man who does things like operates hot air balloons and cliff dives. Is this like your dream? I don't want to go spelunking. I would forget how to breathe like I would if I laid in a nebula, or that time I thought I felt in love once but was so wrong I didn't exhale for another 5 years. I like leaving, praying, and envying the people who are braver than me, cutting out the guts of a salmon filled with sweet pink eggs without wincing. I like to fit the arrow into the groove of my bow. I like to walk through cemeteries, relax on tombs. I also like falling asleep with the weapon in my hand to wake to have never had to use it. I like to stay in bed for hours and hours. I am made of thousands of spiders, each tiny and evil piece of me reconciled with its neighbor, and I stay the space between them. I remember it being nice to have a warm blade between my legs, to listen to the sounds of the pinball machine laughter left in their mouth when they were drunk on my time. My risks are small and generous. I microdose adrenaline, just ride roller coasters or schedule a date, trust the machinery to slip into the right gear at every turn. It wouldn't be the same if I were certain my body would stay strapped to the seat. All I have to say, I am looking for love that is not the pit in my belly, but the feeling when my feet touch the ground again. Flowers are blooming in Antarctica. I am biding my time. There is a population of lovers ready to burst from my body that is gone.
Woo!